Hi everyone, Dr. Katie Altieri here. Just wanted to give you guys an overview of the Vula site for the course for Principles of Oceanography, as we'll be using Vula as our primary means of communication and for all of the teaching and learning that we do in the class. I've just started here with the overview page. As it says, there will be no on-campus meetings for this class, with the one exception being that the final might be held in person. The university hasn't actually decided on that yet. There's no textbook, and you don't need to buy anything. All of the readings will be uploaded as PDFs, or you'll be given a link to an online resource within Vula. So our goal is to keep everything within the Vula site so that there aren't any data costs or implications for you guys. Just to get you started thinking about oceanography, I've added the link here to Black and Marine Science, something really cool hashtag trend that started on Twitter last year for all different types of science. And I encourage you to check that out about the research being conducted by Black oceanographers around the world. And massive bonus points if you spot some of our really cool UCT postgrads there. I will use the announcements feature throughout the course if there are any announcements, so make sure that's something that you pay attention to. Some of the assignments will appear in the calendar here, but it's better to check through the Vula lessons as to when the various assignments are due. So you'll see there's actually nothing loaded here yet, but we'll keep working on that. In the course outline tab, you can find the schedule, a sort of a lecture by lecture schedule, as well as the syllabus. And as I said in the first introductory video, I really encourage you guys to take a look at the syllabus. Next on the left here, if you click on resources, you can see everything's been uploaded, but most of it's still hidden. I'll open up the Module 1 resources soon, once Module 1 starts. But here again, you can find the same documents, the syllabus here and the schedule, as well as the rules of engagement for the forum. And we'll be using the forums a lot for discussion. And the science faculty short leave application form if any of you need to use that. So everything in this course is going to use the lessons on Vula. And you can see them here underneath resources. You can see 0 course logistics and 1 principles of oceanography. There's a little arrow next to Principles of Oceanography, and if you click on the arrow, it then gives you a drop-down menu of all the individual lessons that are associated with the first module. All of the modules will be numbered. So this first module, Principles of Oceanography, covers 2 weeks, and there's 9 individual lessons. I'll start by actually going to the very first lesson, which is labeled number 0, because it's just the course logistics. And so if you click on course logistics, you'll see this welcome here. And the first introductory video, this video hasn't been loaded yet because I'm still making it. And then another thing you can see here is in the pink, there's a download/link to the course syllabus. Anytime you see something underlined and bolded like that, it means there's an embedded link in it. So if you click on it, it will take you to the syllabus and you can click the back button and go back here. So a lot of information will be like that. I'll put it in the resources folder, and then I'll also provide a link to it within the actual lessons. And the idea is that you guys can find things in multiple places, whatever is easiest for you. So I told you that the forum rules of engagement were in the resources folder. You can also find them by coming here and clicking on this link for the forum rules of engagement, etc. The last thing I want to say before we move on to the first module is to please sign up for a virtual face-to-face meeting with me. There's an Excel sheet here or a Google Doc. So you should go ahead and put your name in one of these slots where we won't probably chat for half an hour. We'll chat for a few minutes, but just go ahead and fill your name in, and then I will send you guys a Zoom link so everyone can know how to Zoom and just have a chance to meet me so I can chat and see you guys' faces and hear your voice a little bit, which I find helpful. So when you're ready to actually, once you've done all the introductory stuff and you're ready to get started next week, you want to click, notice the first time I clicked on Principles of Oceanography, it opened up the drop-down menu, but it didn't actually take you to the home page. I don't know why that is, but it appears to be true. So make sure you double-click on that home page. So now we're actually on the Welcome to Principles of Oceanography. So each of the modules will have a page like this, where it lets you know what exactly is associated with this module, how many quizzes, how many assignments, what the objectives are, you can scroll down here. This is a way to access the daily lessons. So you can click on the daily lessons on the menu on the left, or you can click on the daily lessons here in this menu. So if I click on this one in gray, it takes you to the next page. You can go back then. And let's say go to the principles. Okay, so the welcome page for this module also tells you about the assignments. There's 2 assignments for this one and 2 quizzes. It tells you when they are, when they're due, etc. And then each module will have a checklist. So once you've done all of these various things, you can check them off, and then you know that you're done with this module and you can move on to the next one. So you've introduced the module to yourself, so you can click over here on the left on 1.1 Introduction, and it takes you to the first lesson of the module. So lesson 1.1 is an introduction to principles, and it tells you what you need to do to complete this lesson. Watch the 2 short intro videos below, and here you can see the intro videos. There's 2 of them. They're pretty cool. I try to keep the videos I add to maybe 2 to 5 minutes, sometimes maybe 7 minutes if I think it's really worthwhile. And then it says on point 2, watch the lecture video below. So the slides are also available without audio here. So if you click on that one, it takes you to obviously the wrong PowerPoint link, which I'll fix. Sorry. It should take you to the PowerPoint link in the resources folder. The reason it's not is because I still have that folder hidden. I will unhide that folder so you can see it. And then, so I won't click here, but there's also transcripts. So you can watch the PowerPoint slides with no audio. You can watch the video, which is down here, of me talking over the PowerPoint slides, and those are embedded as YouTube videos. Or you can read a transcript of me talking, which is available as a link here in the resources folder. So you've got a couple different options for how you want to digest the lecture material. There's also on point 3 something that says read the assigned reading, available here, and that link also isn't going to work because I haven't opened the folder, but it will take you to the resources folder where you can see Principles of Oceanography. So that's the sort of general introduction to each lesson. This is the first one. So then when you're done here, you can click the back button if you want, and it will take you back to the main one. And then you can say, all right, now I'm ready for lesson 1.2 on the climate system. Okay, so here's the climate system. I've opened that resources folder, so hopefully now this will work. So now this is lesson 2. You could do this lesson on Tuesday. First thing is to watch the lecture video below. I've also got a little short video here. You've got your lecture video. And again, you can look at the slides without audio. I clicked on the captions, sorry. Here we go. So you can see it asks you if you want to download the PPT. You can look at it or you can download it. So this is just the slides on their own. And then if you want to, you can look at the written transcript of the lecture audio file by clicking on that button, so you can view it or download it. And this is a transcript of everything I say in the video, which some of you might find useful if you find my accent difficult to understand or if I speak too quickly. And then, so those are your options for the lecture. And then you've got here, read the assigned reading, which is available here. If you click there, it takes you to the PDF of the reading, which is also in the resources folder. And then for a lot of the readings, you'll find the PDF, but also they come from an open access oceanography textbook, which if we click here, Intro to Oceanography, it'll take you to the textbook's website. And this is cool because it gives you lots of options. If you have an e-reader or you want to read it on your phone, it's a bit easier. And so you can use the information to look at the various aspects of the textbook. We don't use the whole textbook, but we use some of it. So let's see, that one was Oceans and Climate. And I think it was this first little bit here, Oceans and Climate. So you could read the PDF or you could come to the website here and read the book in this case. Okay, so each time that we use that textbook, you'll be able to see that there. And then so that link, Intro to Oceanography, takes you to the whole textbook, and then the underlined in bold link here takes you to the link to the actual chapter. And it says there's no quiz with this lesson. So you would do what it tells you to do basically. So watch the intro video, watch the lecture video below, and then go ahead and move on to the next lesson. So then on Wednesday, you would come to 1.3 temperature, And again, you see it's essentially the same setup. So watch the lecture video, you can look at the slides or the transcript, read the assigned reading, etc., etc. So then when you get to 1.5 density, you'll see the only difference here is now at point 3, it says complete the quiz at the end of the lesson. The quiz is related to lessons 1 through 5. So once you've done all of these lessons, you can come down here where it says take the quiz associated with this lessons. You click on it, and I haven't posted it yet, so I'll go ahead and do that and release the quiz. And everything done is then done in Bula and graded, and it will go over to the gradebook. Now for each of the YouTube videos that I've embedded that are lecture videos, you can also find them here on the left under lecture videos. And so you can find each of these here as well if you'd like to download the lecture video for whatever reason and watch it outside of Lula. That's also a possibility. Okay, so then we go to the forums, and you'll see there's a general forum for course logistics. We'll use that for tests and things. But each module has a forum. So if you have any questions related to the assignment or quizzes or homework or a lecture or anything related while you're in the first module, you should use this Module 1, Principles of Oceanography, to post any messages. And then myself and the tutors will be monitoring this, and we will answer within 24 hours. All of us will be sort of keeping an eye on it. But of course, if you send something late on Friday, we will get back to you on Monday morning. Which I think is fairly reasonable. So we'll try to stay on top of things. So that's primarily how you'll interact with the course. I'll release one module at a time. And so try not to overwhelm you guys with too much material. And so just to get back to this first one. So we'll start with the principles module. We'll see how it goes, and use the forums, please, to give some feedback if you guys are having trouble with anything. We are here to answer questions.